guys, how's it going? As you can see, our whole location has changed. We have actually just moved. This is going to be an update video telling you what's going on and what we have planned in the future. And I'm also going to show you around so you get to know the property that we're at now. It's a huge change. We've gone from a zone 8 to a zone, we've gone from a zone 10 to a zone 8 growing zone, and we actually just got snow the other day. We also went from 0.3 acres to a whole 7 acres. There's actually a little more down the way. The top 3 acres is fenced and the bottom 4 acres is not. We have our 2 German Shepherds running around the top 3 acres, and the bottom 4 acres we're not really doing anything with it right now, but I do have plans. Anyways, I'm going to show you what's going on around the garden and around the rest of the farm. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so I don't know how well this video is going to turn out because I don't have a selfie stick and my back-facing camera on my phone is way better than the inside one, so I'm not going to be able to see any of this. But this is the beginning of my driveway. You can kind of see there's the road down there. Don't know if you can see that. And I don't know if you can also see, but there are turkeys behind me. They're way up on the hill, but they do their rounds every morning and cross our driveway. And all the way up this road is our house, which you can't even see yet. But main part of this is that right behind me, all of this, let me switch hands here, all of this is part of our property. It is mainly comprised of oak trees, several varieties of oaks, and there are a few pine trees on here. There's also a lot of manzanitas. We also have about an acre of just wild blackberries, and we have one year-round spring, or one year-round creek, and one seasonal creek, which actually is supposed to be full most of the year, only when it's really dry. But again, we're in California, it's a drought. Surprisingly enough, there is a ton of water in it. Even before winter, Lynn, the previous owner, was telling us that there was a lot of water running through this year. Okay, so the next stop is right here. We have a dirt road right alongside our gravel driveway, and it's access for the local water companies to service their pipes. Runs right through the middle of our bottom 4 acres. They are allowed up here, but it doesn't seem to disturb us that much. Also, the road, they used to maintain it, but they kept having to spray pesticides and herbicides and to keep, or just herbicides to keep all the vegetation down. So the previous owner said that they would take care and maintain the road because they used it to help them gather firewood from the bottom 4 acres. And they didn't want the herbicides going into the streams that we have on our property. So this road is extremely helpful for getting all of the wood gathered up from our few acres that we have, and it's going to keep our house warm this winter. We technically have enough to sustainably harvest from the bottom 4 acres over the winter. We currently have 4 cords of wood up close to the house, and we're hoping that we can keep this forest healthy and full of the wildlife that it has, as well as a few other projects we might have going down here. Okay, so right here, we do share our driveway with the neighbor. That's the neighbor's driveway up there. That's ours up here. You can see a small shed, and attached to that shed is a greenhouse. That shed is actually going to become the new chicken coop. And right over there is our wood pile, where we have about 4 cords of wood. I believe I said that already. So this is our driveway, the beginning of our own private driveway anyways. And right up there is our house, which you can't see because there's a glare. Anyways, our house is up there. This is the top 3 acres, which is all fenced with about, I'd say about 4-foot fencing. The dogs haven't expressed a need to get out yet because they're fairly entertained with the full 3 acres they have to run. We have electrical hookups and water almost everywhere on the property. Both of the sheds, there's one shed here, one up by the garden, they have electricity in them, and there's these outlets all over the place. Currently there's water leaking from our electrical box because there is a crack somewhere along our electrical lines that are underground, and the water has been seeping up through them. So the it's almost a natural spring, it's just there's a lot of water in the hill right now. So it's leaking fairly well right now. We're gonna have to cut out a section underneath. So this is our shed and greenhouse, which currently both have electricity and water in them. I will give you a peek inside. The shed is about a 7 by 14 feet, I believe, on the inside. And the greenhouse is about the same size as where we currently have our fish and a lot of our citrus plants. So we currently have the fish in here. We also started setting up a little mini aquaponics. Just gonna have some green onions in here. We also have mealworms for the chickens and a various assortment of plants that cannot live outside, including avocado, citrus, jade plants, and some orchids. Anyways, there will be more on the greenhouse later when I actually have some more progress done. So, right here to the left of our greenhouse and shed is my car, and a picnic bench with a lovely tree. Past the cars, can't really see it, that's where I filmed the beginning of this video, up in the garden over where that big bright piece of light is. We are on a southern facing hill, and so we don't get as much light as I would like, but it should be enough. So just past the truck we can see the bottom of the garden beds. There are the southern face of this hill is terraced so that there are so we can have flat growing spaces. There is also panels along the side of the garden beds that keep the deer out, because we have a ton of deer here, despite all the dogs running around and everything. The shed over here is rather large, and why don't we go take a look at that really quick. Right here is the beginning of the shed. It is shaded here. The owners left us a lot of things they couldn't take with us. They were moving out of state, so they left us a couple of these awesome compost bins. They left us a ton of pots, which I didn't want to move that many pots from my house, so I got rid of a lot of mine, and we acquired many more here, which is great because I plan on doing a lot of planting this year. There are 2 entrances to this shed. One is used to keep chemicals in, such as herbicides or oils or gasoline if we need anything, and the other side is for gardening. And right next to this shed is an outdoor potting shed, kind of, right here. There's currently some vine on it. Lynn left me the name of it in one of the booklets she gave me. But there's also a grape growing on the other side, which I think I'm going to train to keep on this trellis instead of this this fruitless vine up here. I think she was using these to make wreaths. Anyways, there are so many tools in here. They also left us a lot of garden tools. We have lots of stakes, so many pots and seed starting equipment. It's amazing, and we are very grateful that she left all these things for us. So here's probably the main part of the whole thing that people have probably actually wanted to see, besides the aquaponics, is all the fruit trees and garden beds that we're going to have up here. These are the ones that she has left for us in these last 2 rows. There are blueberries all in them, some we brought, and one of the beds was planted by her. She has some horseradish here with lemon balm, or I can't remember the name of that plant, I'll put it up somewhere. And this whole hill is terraced for us. It's going to be pretty easy to put in the beds up here. It's a little overgrown. Everything's irrigated too with drip line. But we can cut back all these weeds, and I'm planning on putting in strawberry and asparagus beds. We're going to have lots of fruit the coming year. There's some fig trees up here, but it's all terraced. And they left us wire and a ton of things to work with. Even in winter, these beds get a lot of sun. We are currently in the middle of putting out cardboard on top of the raised beds and then mulching it with leaves. Anyways, this is the garden. Lots of space, lots of room for improvement. Okay, so thank you guys for watching up to this point. If you're still around or if you skipped all the way to this part, the main things that are going to be happening in new episodes are going to be that we got a few things working with the garden. I need to repair some of the deer panels. We're also going to be clearing out some of those terrace parts and putting in new beds. We really do require beds here just because of how many things that we have, such as ground squirrels, moles, gophers. They're a real big problem, and the panels are absolutely necessary if you don't want your deer to be eating all of your crops. The other thing is we have a lot of trees and perennials that need to get planted, so we're thinking about maybe fencing off the whole area so we don't have a need for the deer panels. There's also going to be beehives this next spring, and currently I have 16 baby chicks in my bedroom. They're growing up, they're growing real fast and strong, and there will actually be 10 ducklings on the way December 7th of this year. And so the ducks we're really excited about. They're going to be new this year, and we're really happy to be able to have them here with our creeks and everything. Another thing we're going to be working on is we're building a shop. It's going to be a 30 by 40, we think, and it's going to allow us to get a lot more done. And of course the aquaponics, I'll show many videos on that, and we're really turning this into a large operation here actually. It's a lot to do in one season, but anyways, that's what's up for this coming year since we've moved, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you again later. Thanks guys, bye.